Hi, this is Noreen from joyacards.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, click that subscribe and the little bell, and if you have any comments, put them in the video here. I'd love to hear from you. So today's card is from Irresistible Blooms, which is part of the online exclusives. Online exclusives are only available online, and Stampin' Up's doing that now 3 times a year, and March 1st is the first one for customers, and if you're a demonstrator, you can get them now. So we're going to use the stamp and the die set that comes along with it, and it comes with these really cool dies, and then also the Hello Irresistible DS paper. Now it does also come with embellishments, but we're not using those right now, so we're just going to start out with this. So let's get started. So for the base, this is a real red, but it's in an A6 form. So it's a 9 by 6 1/4. You score at 4.5. And on the inside, I put some basic black 4 1/4 by 6. And then we have some basic white 4 by 5 3/4. Now, all the dimensions, all the supplies I use, anything that's not Stampin' Up! Is all in the description of my video. Go ahead and click next to the description and the little arrow and the show more and more and more, and then everything will pop up. So all the dimensions will be there. So I'm going to put this inside piece to the side, and then the front. This is a basic black, and it's going to be cut 4 3/8 by 6 1/8. And then you're going to take this really beautiful Hello Irresistible DS paper, and this is going to be cut 4 1/4 by 6. And we're going to go ahead and just nail it up and put it right there in the middle like so. Next thing we're going to do is take this die here from the die set, and we're going to cut it out in basic black. And what you're going to get is this cool little design here. And then I know I should take glue, but I'm not going to glue it. I started to glue it, but it just didn't hold very well. So I'm going to snail it. I know it's kind of a no-no. I'm going to snail the back here, and I'm going to put it all the way over to the left on my card. Now it is kind of squirrely here, so you gotta like wrangle it up and get it on. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll be right back. Now when you put it on, if you've got a point where it didn't quite catch with the snail, and I didn't want to over snail it because, you know, all the webbing and everything will get in the way, I'm gonna take my fine tip glue and just glue it down just to make it stay. But I didn't like gluing down the rest of it. I don't know why. It just didn't, you know, I did it and it just didn't stick very well. So I'm just gluing in certain parts because it's just kind of open and has a mind of its own. So that's what I did with the fine tip glue. So this card doesn't have a sentiment die. So what I did is I took painted labels, and I took the small one like this and cut it out in white and stamped it in memento. And I'm doing the thank you from the set, so now I've got my sentiment tag. I went ahead and I put 3 dimensionals on the back, and I'm just going to place it right here on the card. Now we're going to make the leaves. So we've got the 3 leaf here and the 2 leaf here that's up on dimensionals, and we also have a leaf inside here. So this is my piece for inside, and the first thing I want to do is stamp the leaf inside, because it's easier to do it this way than to try to match the flower to the leaf. And I want to have, I had this stem go down. I really want it to be up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one right here. And this is Evening Evergreen. Now I need another small leaf, and we're doing this one right here. So I'm going to stamp it here. And I've also, it's still Evening Evergreen. And then the 3 leaf one from right here. And I'm going to stamp this one right there. Now I've got my light, soft, succulent blending pen, and I'm going to fill in that leaf. I went ahead and used blending pens for this just because it was a lot easier, and I didn't feel the need to watercolor the leaves, even though we are going to watercolor the flowers, so hold tight and we'll be getting to that. So I'm just filling in the leaves here. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Now that I've got them all colored in, now this one goes inside, so I don't have to worry about that for a moment. But the other two, we're going to die cut them out. And I went ahead and used my delicate frog tape. I'm telling you, this stuff is great. It's cheap. It lasts forever. I have an Amazon link in my video description there. You click on the link and whoa, surprise, it comes to your house. It's a miracle. And it takes a little money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket because he has to give me a kickback. But this is what I use. And like I said, I've never gone through a single roll. But anyway, I tape these down and I'm going to go ahead and die cut them out. So what you're going to get is this. And I don't always like to have the white border around my die cut. So I'm going to take a piece of scratch paper. And this is the light evening evergreen. And I'm going to fill in that border just like that. So I'm going to do both of these and I'll be right back. And now look at that. The leaves look so much better. So we're going to put these to the side and now we're going to make our flowers. Now I've already made one here. So this is one of the two, and the ones on the front are the big rose or the big flower, and the one inside is the smaller one. So we're going to take some real red here and we're going to take that small one and we're going to go ahead and match up to that leaf as much as we can. Just like that. Now we take the big flower and you're going to stamp two of these. I've already done one. So I'm going to just do one more, but you're going to do two, just like so. So for the inside piece here, if you don't make it all the way to the flower, you can take your, I've got a Stampin' Right. Stampin' Rights you can buy in you can buy a whole big pack or just the in colors. And these are awesome. If you're a demonstrator, I would totally get these. And they come in every single color. So I use this to make a very fine line there. But I mean, you could use your dark evening evergreen Stampin' Blend. It just won't be as fine. So I just connected the two. Now take your black Stampin' Right. Now they sell these individually. They're $4. Get one of these. These are great. I'm going to take that and on the pointy end, I'm going to put in all those little black dealy bobs. I know they have a name, but I don't know what it is. So I will call it a dealy bob because that's its technical term on my video. And I'm just going to make a whole bunch of those little things. You can kind of see them if you really look at the pattern here. And I'm just going to fill them in on both here. Now we're going to watercolor. So you want to grab this watercolor painter set because it has a fine tipped water painter in there. And all the items are in the description of my video, like the black Stampin' Right marker, all that. Just go to the description. There's a bit.ly link. You can click on it and you go directly to my Stampin' Up site, my joyofcards.stampinup.net. And you can place an order. Or if you see something in my video that's not Stampin' Up, like my glass thing here, there's also a link, my Amazon link on the description of my video. And I do get a kickback and take money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket, which is always a good thing. Anyway, so there's water in here, obviously, and you do want to grab a paper towel. Now, the trick to watercoloring with these things is making sure there's not too much water coming out. So I kind of tested on a dab of paper towel here. Now, for these, I know I'm going to hit the red, but that's okay because it makes this nice little orange color, and it kind of blends the color out a little bit more than just having, you know, a solid yellow. So I'm going to take this, and I don't mind running over the red, but I'm going to get as much of that white out of there as possible. So even when you're done painting this, kind of look at it again and make sure you got all the white. Now, the only thing you don't want to run over is the black. Do not run over that black. So maybe take it down close to the black and finish the rest of the flower and then maybe do the middle part last. But I'm just going off the pad and then off the lid here, using my paper towel if I think I got too much water in there, and just going around and painting the flowers. So I'm going to paint this one and the other one. I'll be right back. So here's both flowers all painted up. The one you can just go ahead and put on the inside of the card. Get the right one here. And the other one, we're going to die cut it. So get out your tape. I use my delicate frog tape and the die and cut this out. Now, just like the leaves, I'm going to take my dark real red and get rid of that white edge that the die made. So I'm gonna edge my flower and I'll be back. So I've got all my pieces here. I used a combination of the large dimensionals and the small dimensionals here, and I've taken all the papers off. And I'm just going to arrange them on the card and then slip the leaves underneath like that. And then the best and last part is the bling. Yay, bling. So here's my favorite rhinestone, which is the Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And if they ever discontinue these things, I will have words with Stampin' Up. And anyway, I'm going to put a rhinestone in the medium and the large circles on that little design here. So I'm going to do that real quick. Now I put all the rhinestones on the design there, and I'm now just going to put them all around. Now you can buy this card. It's on my joyofcards.com site. Go down to shop Joy of Cards and go to buy cards. I also have retired items on there from previous catalogs, and you can also go buy Stampin' Up, because I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, or go to the description of the video and click on the bit.ly links for the Stampin' Up. But it's joyofcards.stampinup.net if you want to get Stampin' Up items, retired items, and all my cards and everything are on my joyofcards.com site. So anyway, that will do it for me. Thanks. Bye.